Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 25th. This week, if you want to catch me live, I go live every single day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So all you have to do is show up and I will be here. Capricorn, I have a really good feeling about your reading for the most part. Yeah, it looks really, really good. Definitely some sort of rebirth coming in for you, and justice as well. Empress, amazing. Total abundance coming in for you here. So let's keep this going here and see what is going on for you. And just like I said to Virgo, sorry Capricorn, I have nothing to weigh this cloth down, so I keep catching the cloth in the cards, but that's that. So let's see what is going on for you here. Pretty simple. Your archetype for the week, by the way, is Apocalypsis. This card just represents some sort of truth that needs to be uncovered, some sort of truth that needs to come out. I could end your reading there, Capricorn. You have the Wonders card. That card represents like the tip of the iceberg. It says there is more to be known. You have the Truth Be Told card, uncovering the truth. You have the Judgment card, could also be uncovering the truth. So I feel like for a lot of you, plain and simple, you're just like uncovering some sort of truth in your life. Let's see what it is. You start off with the Wonders card. For some of you, I feel like this whole reading is like about you allowing yourself to be surprised. And I feel like that will lead to a lot of abundance here and a lot of good things. You do have the Tower showing up in your reading. And, again, as I always say, to me, the Tower is a good card. I personally love the Tower because the Tower, the top of the Tower is something weak that needs to fall away anyway. It's something that needs to be removed from your life. The Tower can just be a move, especially when it comes up with a moving card here. So some of you could just be moving or traveling. For others, I just feel like there's more information coming in for you this week. Next, you have the Nine of Spades, or the Nine of Swords here. So I feel like for some of you, it's like you have been dealing with a nightmare for a very long period of time, or you have been dealing with some sort of tower situation. It's coming up in the same top row here, Capricorn. So I feel like some of you have been dealing with tower moments for a very long time. You had an incredible collection of planets in your sign for the past like several years now, and I'm sure that was very challenging, especially with like Pluto, Saturn there, and Pluto still there. Saturn going retrograde in your sign this year as well. So I feel like for a lot of you, this could represent like waking up from a nightmare or feeling like you're waking up from a nightmare. The good news is I feel like things are changing for you. You have the Queen of Pentacles here. Now the Queen of Pentacles to me represents Capricorn. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is just you showing up in your reading. This puts you in a position of power and strength in your reading as well. To me, this also would represent you kind of gathering your resources. So I feel like you're becoming very resourceful, or you are realizing what resources you have. It's very interesting that you have this Cups energy here. I always say, like in Vedic astrology, Capricorn is actually a crocodile, and actually represented traditionally the crocodile. An animal that can go from the water to the land. So it's like you bridge the gap between the emotional world and like the grounded world. And so I feel like a lot of you are kind of maybe using that ability, using your hidden talent of bridging those two worlds together. It's funny because I always hear a lot of people talk about Capricorn, saying Capricorn is cold and distant, or whatever, right? All these things. But I'm always like, again, you are like the sea goat, in Western astrology. So in a lot of ways, you do have the power of emotion. You do have the power of using your emotions to get things and to have things. But this is a card of resources. Next, you have the Six of Swords. So moving on to calmer shores, I feel like there are improvements coming in for you. In a lot of ways, I feel like you are becoming this guide because of all the difficulties and challenges that you've been through. I feel like you are the one who is going to be guiding people across the choppy waters with that card there. Next, you have, and the reason I say this, by the way, Capricorn, is you have this Hummingbird Spirit card. This card says be here now. So it is a card of being present, but it's also a card of having been on an extremely long journey to get your nectar, to basically find the nectar of life, or to find some sort of reward. So I feel like you have been on a very long journey, and I feel like you are kind of coming to the end of that journey now with this Hummingbird Spirit. I feel like there are answers coming in for you this week. You have the Judgment card. The Judgment card represents your inner calling. It can also represent a wake-up call, and the Tower here can also represent some sort of wake-up call. Again, we're going to clarify this at the end to see why the Tower is coming up, but I feel like for a lot of you, this is saying you are realizing maybe what you are here to do. Maybe you are realizing what you are here to work on in work or business, or even just maybe you're doing like spiritual work or something like that. So I feel like you are having realizations this week on what you are meant to do or what you are supposed to be doing in your life. Next, you have the Justice card here. So I feel like you are receiving justice. Even no matter what way we take this here with all these rows, this is your center card. This is the most important card in a 9-card spread. And the Justice card is about balance, but it's also a card of cause and effect. This has been a major theme for you for a long time. The reason is, again, Saturn and Capricorn. To me, Saturn and Capricorn, in your sign especially, does not tolerate wasting time. To me, Saturn and Capricorn is like the 80-20 rule. So anything that is not efficient in your life, or anything that is a waste of time, probably was removed from your life. I know also, because I've read for a bunch of you Capricorns, like I feel like a lot of Capricorns have lost jobs, or maybe have lost businesses, or gone through other challenges. But again, it's probably, as uncomfortable as it was probably for the best, because it's probably a waste of time. For others, I do feel like you could be getting justice in a legal situation with that card there. Next, you have the Empress. So I feel like you're very attractive at this time. Definitely a lot of abundance in this bottom row here, Capricorn. So I feel, and also, by the way, this whole middle row here is like improvements. So I feel like for a lot of you, you could be kind of seeing improvements in your life. The Empress, to me, is a card of going from winter to spring. So it kind of represents the transition of the seasons. And it says you are coming out of the cold. So I feel like a lot of you are kind of going to be seeing improvements in your life. Next, you have the Truth Be Told card here. Like I said, this Apocalypsis card in the archetype deck is all about seeing some sort of truth. It's like finally finding an answer is what this card represents, kind of. So I feel like some of you are finally uncovering some sort of truth. This is not like a scary thing. This is not a bad thing. Literally, this is a good thing. It's like a card of clarity or seeing something. So I feel like you are kind of just seeing the truth in a situation. You do have the Tower here. I feel very weird about this card. Again, we're going to clarify this in a minute. I do feel like some of you could have gone through like a breakup or a separation or a job loss here. But I also feel like this could be like a revelation that you're having. This is like a lot of revelation energy here in this top row. So you could be coming to some conclusions, or you could be finding answers in your life, or you could be realizing things, but this is probably going to lead to a lot of success. Next, you have the Queen of Swords here. I feel like for some of you, this is you taking authority over your life. So I feel like you are taking control in your life, and I feel like that will also be leading to more success. I feel like some of you are about to undergo a transformation, and I feel like that's why that Tower card is coming up. Maybe you're about to like stop doing one thing and you're going to move on to something else. So it's like you're going through a transformation. This is probably what you are going to be moving towards, Capricorn, is the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is, of course, a knight in shining armor, someone who sweeps you off your feet, could be love, but this is also your dreams. I always say he is normally looking into that cup right here, and it kind of represents his dreams, or he is dreaming about like what he wants. He is fantasizing. He is daydreaming about things, but it's like he has to get across this river here so he can have his dreams. All knights represent fire. Yes, this is a water sign card, but all the knights in the tarot represent fire because they all represent movement. So I feel like a lot of you could be making movements towards your dreams or towards things that you dream of having. So that looks pretty interesting for you, Capricorn, but let's see what the Lenormand has to say for you here. Between this Nine of Swords here, in this Judgment card, you have the Ring. This is the Ace of Clubs in the playing card reading system. For some of you, this could represent a divorce with that Nine of Swords, by the way. But this could also represent things coming back around into your life. But I feel like you need to get out of your head with that Nine of Swords. Because you have the Judgment card, which is like getting away from this Nine of Swords energy. So I feel like some of you need to just get out of your head. Weird message for that, by the way, but that's what I'm getting. Next, between this Queen of Pentacles and the Justice card, you have the Crossroads, which by the way is the Queen of Diamonds, so practically the same card as this Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like some of you just need to pick the new path in life. To me, this is saying that the old you could be dying here. And to me, the Wonders card up here is just saying that maybe you have only scratched the surface. Even if you're 100 years old, maybe there is so much more to your life, it's not even funny, and maybe you don't even realize it, right? It's like I personally, I have known so many people that have given up in their like 60s on life, thinking their life is over, and they end up living till 40 more years. They end up living a whole other life. 40 years is like another life. So I feel like people need to not waste time and need to realize, like, even no matter how old you are, you can start over. You can do something new. So I feel like some of you need to kind of like pick the new path or start something new here. The Justice card is specific here. It is saying that, like, starting something new, there is a more fulfilling path. There is a way to tip these scales in your favor, Capricorn. Next, between the Six of Swords and the Empress, you have the Book, the Ten of Pentacles. This is the Ten of Diamonds, I mean, in the playing cards. This represents knowledge and learning, and it kind of says, like, if you are hoping for improvements, learn as much as you can. This can be literal education, could be like going back to school, but it could also be free education as well. The Ten of Diamonds, or the Book here as well, kind of represents hidden information or secret information, but it's not really hidden. And again, you have this card here saying you are exposing some information, you are figuring something out. Again, that tower does not have to be bad. Like I said, that tower could just be a light bulb moment. There is a lightning bolt hitting the top of the tower here, and that kind of represents a light bulb moment or some sort of amazing wake-up call idea. So I feel like this is saying education will set you free here. Next, between the Judgment card and the Tower, you have the Birds. This says trust your intuition. The Seven of Diamonds here is just a card of intuition and trusting your intuition. It's interesting that you have the Hummingbird Spirit, and then there's an owl on this card as well. So I feel like you need to trust your intuition here, Capricorn. Next, between the Justice card and the Queen of Swords, you have the Snake card here. This is a card of seduction, and to me, it's like a good, bad card. This is the Queen of Clubs in the playing cards as well, but to me, it's a card that says be careful of being seduced by things that seem too good to be true. But it's also a card that says, with this Justice card here, you might also be being seduced by like a new path in your life. And this new path could be like a new job, a new business, new relationship. And this says move towards it. It's probably going to be very good for you. And finally here, between the Empress and the Knight of Cups here, you have the Tower. This is the Six of Spades in the playing cards as well. And this is not like the Tower. It is interesting that you have the Tower here and you have the Tower here as well. But the Tower in the Lenormand card reading system is kind of like more a card of momentum, of building momentum in your life, of things kind of moving forward for you. So to me, it's kind of like a card of speed and momentum in your life here, Capricorn. It's very interesting. It's like you have... you practically have 3 Tower cards. Like, I'm trying to see if I can get this to focus on the camera, but you basically have this. It kind of looks like a tower there. It's very similar to this one here. So I feel like there could be a lot of good ideas coming in for you this week, even though you have the Tower. Again, to me, the Tower is a good card. Yes, Tower moments can suck, but for the most part, I feel like this reading is saying you've been through the Tower moments. You've already gone through it. So, and you've probably gained a lot of wisdom here from it as well. But this looks very interesting, Capricorn. I don't know. The readings this week have just been, so-so. I would say, if I'm being honest with you. But, to me, this is like a major kind of opportunity for major improvements for you, especially with that Empress card down below. But thank you for watching, Capricorn, and definitely enjoy your week.